What I wanted to talk about today is food pantries. Have you ever been to a food pantry, where they give free food? That's something that I know in America they do it. It's a thing in America where places like grocery stores, big multinational grocery stores usually donate unused item warehouse and they distribute it to all the local pantries in the city. And I have a complaint with this. I have a problem with it because one thing is that you get free food because it's a blessing nonetheless. But why, if the store puts out the food to distribute, and by the time it makes it to the pantry and the people going to get the food for free, by the time it gets to that person, I think it should get inspected before it gets handed out to people, because a lot of times maybe the food is about to expire and it's not the grocery stores donating the food expired, but it's close to being expired. That's what they actually, I know they do. I hope they're not donating the food expired already, but that's what happens. And okay, so then the warehouse or wherever the process slows down or whatever it is that happens, by the time it gets to the person that's going to get the food is expired. Most of it. Not the canned food, not the packaged food like oatmeal and rices. That's not expired. It's got long shelf life. I'm talking about like meat, expired meat that smells weird. And it clearly has the expiration date that's been over a week. This is the trick they do. They give you the expired meat, or that I got expired meat and it was frozen. So I couldn't tell whether it was good or not. I just know that it was frozen and it's been frozen. And sometimes packages say sell or use by such and such day, and keep it frozen or use it before such and such date. So that's what I assume in this one pantry. So I got the meat. I got like 6 or 7 packages of meat. But then this one time, like, I defrosted the meat and I was getting ready to make dinner. And I noticed this thing smells from a distance already. And I get close to it and it smells like rotten, like it's bad meat. And I'm so disappointed. I'm like, what is the point of going to get food if you're going to get expired food? Like, that's disrespectful towards people that actually are in need. And if you are going to distribute food for free, I'm not complaining that, you get free stuff and you still want to complain, but have some common courtesy and some respect for mankind, because if you're feeding people, if you're gonna give them food for free and you think that expired food is okay and they shouldn't complain because it's free anyway, you're wrong. I think it's wrong. I'm pretty sure it's not intentional, but it gets to the point where it gets to the person and it's going to be expired. And this is not one time. This happened a lot of times. Basically, every time I went to a food pantry to get food, all the meats, every time I've gotten meats, except maybe once, one out of 6 packages is not rotten or bad, expired. And foods also, like dried foods also come expired, breads expired. And it's so disappointing. I'm not gonna say, yeah, it's disappointing because you go, I'm gonna get some food and I'm gonna save a week's worth of grocery money that I don't really have. So I'm gonna get all this food for free. And so if I had a lot of money saved up for groceries, then I can use that money to pay off a bill, for example. And it's disappointing when all the food is expired. You end up throwing half of the food away, and you're left with like 2 days worth of groceries when it all looked like you were getting a full week's full of groceries. So that's pretty disappointing. And that's why I stopped going to food pantries. That, and I didn't need it anymore. But nonetheless, I will say that I did go to a food pantry recently. That's why I'm ranting about this. And it's still like that. And I still ended up throwing away a bunch of food because, yeah, we shouldn't be throwing food away, but hello, the food is expired. You are going to give that food to people expired because you don't want to throw it away because we don't throw food away? That doesn't make sense. That's basically poison. What good is rotten food, expired food? If you're not going to eat it yourself, you're giving it to other people. Oh, because they don't have money, they should be thankful. No, I think that's messed up, actually. Just like with clothes, like whenever I donate clothes to Goodwill, or I don't even donate my stuff to Goodwill no more. I just go to one of the thrift stores that sell clothes and stuff very cheap. That's run by a church or something, because they make a profit that goes back to the community or the church. I don't think Goodwill does that. Anyways, but yeah, clothes that's got stains and holes and tears. Yeah, there's some fashions that include having holes and being torn up and whatnot. Which, by the way, my shirt, this top, has a few tears. Look, it's tearing up here because it's been used up so much, and it actually looks cool. So I'm not saying that all clothes looks bad with tears. Like this has a little tear here. If I didn't show you, you wouldn't have known that. But this type of top, if it's got a little tear, is actually, it looks cool, right? Just like pants with holes and tears, it looks cool. But I don't know, some clothes that's torn. I am saying this, for example, for kids. When I buy kids clothes from the thrift store, it's supposed to be a dressy outfit that's tore up. Like, just why don't you just throw the clothes away? If it looks bad, throw it away. If it's tore up or it's not cool looking, throw it away. If it's got ketchup stains or Kool-Aid stains or tomato sauce, whatever, stained, throw it away. Or better yet, what I do is that I save my kids' clothes that's all beat up and is stained. I just fold it up and I put it under my sink. I have a little corner under my kitchen sink where I keep like rags. And I don't even need to buy rags. I just use old t-shirts that are stained instead of donating them. It doesn't make sense. Like, so yeah, I went from food to clothes, but just, do you get it, right? It doesn't make sense. Like, why? That's all for today. But I also wanted to say that, excuse me for last week, I didn't post nothing because I was on a staycation with my kids. They're off from school. And yeah, I was just hanging out with them and taking them out, whatever, around town. Let me see, what did we do lately? We went roller skating, just fun things around town. We've been to the pool almost about every day, then Sky Zone, the beach,